HackTheBoo 2025, the Gate of Broken Names, the web challenge. The web challenge actually is pretty easy. It's just IDOR vulnerability to be read the private notes. But there's something interesting. We have to do something with coding, of course, because there's too much things to do to the read, and I think it's really realistic. So it's calling it an easy web challenge, and I definitely yeah, of course, I'm definitely agree with it. So um I want to analyze something on the website, of course, first of all, but don't forget we have also the source code. Um, if I want to check it, it's source code. So there's only let's say, you know, it's only JS file here. So I don't think so. That will be something like could be something like is SQL injection or SSTR or something like that, because we only have GS, right? So that's why I always gotta go for there for to um the IDOR vulnerability, because it's not recovered something like the SQL injection or the any others, right? So this could be IDOR and XSS or something like that. Anyway, so we can't check it too many things is over here, and but of course you have to, for understanding what they are just for, we have to trigger something on the website. So let me just go on here, and it says we can sign in on login page, and we don't have an account yet. Let me just save it here as soon as fast, and now password is don't match. Okay, so this is okay. So what I do is let me create an account here, and let me log in my account, and we have your profile here, Kubernetes, and there's we can set something like the chronic title to A, and you can see you can mark as a private chronic, right? So if you want to check it a private chronic, and it will be saved as the private chronic. So but there's a page and too much things to deal with, and if you want to check it as a, for example, on the 45, really too many things to read, right? So that's too much things to read. So when I'm going to check on the burp state, you will see here we have to on the nodes on API endpoint, it's called nodes, and called the ID of the nodes, which is 45, for example, and we can also just go for here and looking for something like bigger, like it's just for flag, and it says are not font. So with this way we can read to private nodes, I think, but there's too much things to read. So for example, the created by username admin, and the content is here, but there's too much things to the read, right? So for example, we can run ffuf, but before I run ffuf, I want to run sec 1 to 200, for example, on IDs. And ffuf, I think I just run it before, but let me see if I did. So yeah, of course something should be like that. The for to be worthless, we just have to be give here ids.txt. I'm gonna be fuzzing there, and let's call I want to call here, and yeah, of course I did wrong something here, and let's call API nodes, and I'm fuzzing. So probably we did something wrong, right? API nodes, fuzzing. Okay, let's give 401 200. What about this one? Okay, it should be giving here, so probably we are doing something wrong. Let's see. What about if I say -fc44? Nothing. So for some reason we are getting here 4041. Let me just copy the link addresses. API nodes 45, and it's here. So my goal is just brute force here, but looking for something for the flag like HTTP, right? So for this one, I think the best way to do it coding Python, so I think it will be the best way, right? So what I'm gonna do is let's call solver.python, and let's run here solver.python, of course. But before we just started here on the Python, so but we have to be doing it should be doing everything from scratch, right? So let me check authentication register here. So this is how we are actually register a username, and so and for the login page it should be used that one, right? So and we have to brute forcing here. Let's see. Okay, we have to brute force here, and we have to register here. Okay, nice. So what I'm gonna do is just create a main function first, of course, and let's call this a station here, right? So it should be we have to request station, so let me just use import request here. Okay, station, and call the station headers. We also need this station headers, right? Update. So there's just for the update here station here, so it should be our user agent, right? Let's see here. Okay, and for the user agent should be this, and we can call as a basic stuff here like an AC. It's not important. So let's give username, and for the username I'm gonna use it's just for random, right? Of course. So let's call it ADChar for username. It should be ADChar. The for to be get it in the random. So and password, let's give it here password, but it should be some random text, so it's not important. We can call them 12 and email. So it should be equal here username, and after that username example.com, for example. So this is actually how it's worked, right? So if it's successful, it should give print. Let's call f. Then we can just give here as a header like that, right? So registering, calling, and as the username, right? So if we cannot register in username, and it should be say, so we can call one run register in username. So but for this we need to be given here register in username, right? So I'm gonna call base URL here first, and the base URL should be this, Okay, I think that's some enough. So the next part, we have to give the random taxes here. So for this, we can create a function again. Now let's call random taxes, which is length equal to 10. Okay, so on alphabet, we can call the string ACI, and when lowercase and the string digits. Okay, so and return it from giant secrets. So when we give it here secrets, let me give secrets here. Join as secrets and choice on letter answer. Okay, so alphabet, I think. For I in range in length. Nice. So this is how we are creating here username. But now we have to be login, register a user. But if it's not successful, we have to be giving here register a user part, register user. So it should give, let's say, API, register user username, email, password, confirm password. Let's say email, can call, I think let's go step by step, email and password, and URL should be on F base URL and API authentication register, and data should be equal that one. What? Ah, this is nice. And username should be equal username. This is a basic step, username. Okay, but this is wrong, of course. But this is not wrong. So when data, we have to use semicolon. Nice. So now we have to be given the same thing for password. So I want to do it by hand because it will be easier, I think. So password, and let's call confirm password. This is correct. Confirm password. So it's not important. Password can do so. Oh, it's not C, it's Python, right? And email should be equal email. Nice. So this is how we are actually register a user, and it should work. And how to register is just try when our it's response as on the post method, because you know, we are using here the post method, and it should says our phone redirecting on here. So if it will call, for example, let me trigger with the wrong things, what it's gonna say. Okay, wait, without email, it says our not phone. What if I wait? So it should be there's something wrong, I think. Okay, exit it here, create an account, okay, passwords don't match. Okay, follow redirection. Should we give it here? Okay, so we have to be given 200 and data is equal data. So those are basic stuffs. So it should be our phone redirect. So redirects. So I don't want to do that. So let's call here false. Let's give timeout, but it's not important. But we may want to give 10 and turn bar. That is. So if it will try or accept, I mean the requests on request exception false. It should be return false. Nice. So this is how to register a username. Now after register users the correct, it should be login user. So the login user, you have to use username or email. Wait, API nodes. Okay. Sign in. Okay, test. Okay, we have to use it this one, username and password. Let's call password. So URL should be same. So everything should be same here. You can just copy and paste it, but it's login, right? API authentication login, that's correct. And data, it's same. No, it's not same, but it's similar. Just username and password this time. And when try. So we give data, everything's fine. Now we have to try. And the same things here. And of course, same things here. I want to paste it like that, but okay. Is have to login user. Okay. We'll have to verify it. Okay, wait. Forward. API my nodes. How to do that? The dashboard. Send. Follow redirection. Send. Okay, we have to check authentication for somehow. It will not work. But we can just code it here for now. So if it's register user is not correct. If not register user, I mean session username, password, email, print failed, and return. We have to check authentication here for somehow. So okay, let's call check authentication as try. Where's my try commands? It should be something like that, but not the same. It should be here get, not URL. Okay, f base URL on API authentication session and timeout 10. Return or when it's equal to status code 300 and authenticated. Okay. It's true. In our text. No. Accept. What? Requests. Request exception. False. And if we are just trying to be verify authentication first, so we have to do the same thing here. If not, login user the session username password print failed, but we have to say login failed here. Login failed, and this one is register is failing. Registering failed, and return it. This is have to login, and also if not check authentication session is not true, print authentication failed. So return it also, otherwise it should say authentication success. So this is how to work. And now we have to find a flag, right? So this is the last things we have to do. Just find a flag. I want to run. Okay. Line 27. Data. What the fuck is wrong here? It's not important, but let's give it this way. But it's not really important. Okay, it's not really important. Typo. Typo. What? What? Password is password, so this is correct. Unaccepted intent. What? Okay. Username Bro, this is correct. Ah, I'm dumb. Nice. Why it didn't log in here? We forgot something here, of course. Import string and import sys. I just want to try the authentication, to be honest. Maybe that's why. We didn't log in successfully. Okay, different tags. Is there something wrong? I don't know. I want to ask. Is there something wrong for authentication? Good question. Okay. Save or fix. Okay. You check will fail. Okay. You think it will work? Okay, so it worked. So what he added? Those are weeded. Main function. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. So now we can want what we want. So we just won. Let's say, where is it? Okay, we want send all things here and grab the HTTP flag. This is what we want, right? So what I'm gonna do is before main function I want to add also another function which is find flag, and we can call s and max nodes. Let's call. Oh, it's too much. I think this is fine. So let's call print and f. Added here is another things because I don't want to be get it here output scanning max nodes for HTTP flag. So we are trying to find HTTP flag for nodes. ID in range 1 and added them on max nodes. Every time when it didn't find. And if node ID when it's 0, so it means our for example, the 200 it can be divisible by 50, so we can just change it for 200 and it will be divisible by 200 and it will be done when divisible by it's equal to 0, right? So it should be R done. Print F and let's call check it node ID by max nodes for that nodes, but this is not important. I just want to make sure something. Okay, but we have to be added here try under the if. This is important, and try. So the response again equal to be get method. I think. Let me verify. This is get method. Let's call the base URL here again and API nodes, right? Yes, API nodes, and have to give node ID there. and timeout when equal to 10. And if our status code is not equal to 100, continue. If it's break, then when content is equal to our text, and save it content in our text. With this our text, we will find HTTP flag our text. If HTTP, I mean the flag format in content and in content, that means we found flag content when it's content find as like HTTP flag. Content find another part of HTTP flag, and it will be giving us for HTTP flag. And print, it should be giving here flag, right? F flag font in nodes, and give it here node ID, so we can just go for node ID directly to be read flag. And it should be return node ID and flag. Okay, accept requests request exception. Continue, because it should be run till fine. And another accept exception, it should be done, right? This have to run, then return on. No, here, nice. This is have to work. So when everything fine, we have to add node ID and flag here to be read. Node ID and flag. Find flag station when max nodes is equal to, then print. So we don't want to be doing something like that, right? So that's why we don't want something garbage. So that's why. So this is how to be get flag here, I think. If flag print, if you grab the here flag, I mean f success flag node flag in node, which is node ID. So we have to give it here node ID and print flag is equal to flag. Else print no flag. And don't forget to be printed here. Okay. for the main function, we have to try main and accept when the keyboard inputs should be wrong, right? Let's call stop it by user and system exit. Let's see. Okay, let's check 50 nodes. Nice. So it's worked. Oh my god, bro, it's in the first coding, it worked. Nice. I like it. So it's fun on this one, right? So when I'm gonna be checking on this one, it should be giving us a flag. What? Because yeah, proxy intercept is on. Okay, exit. Sign in. Maybe we have to create account. What? Has it died? I don't think so. Create account. Okay, gonna trigger again. And look for this. It should giving us the flag, but it's impossible to be find it. Yeah, it's here, but it's impossible to be find without script, right? Because it's easy.